KAZ. And I am so grateful that you are here with me. I am thoroughly grateful, I should say, that you have spent so many Sundays with me. You don't know how that warms my heart, and I just wanted to take time out to say thank you. Thank you for supporting this dream. Thank you for supporting the growth of this ministry. I never thought that I would be on KAZ or any radio television program. It wasn't part of my vision, but the Lord sent it my way, and I said yes. I took that leap of faith and I faced my fears. You know, that's what we've been talking about. And I am so grateful that I did. So many of you have reached out to me via messaging and texting and email to say how these interviews have really blessed you and how this platform of looking at Yah's word and putting it into action into our lives allows us to grow spiritually. And so thank you for sending those messages. And I pray that as we move forward, that you will continue to support because of His Grace Ministries here on KAZ. Now, as I look forward to the next set of interviews, we're going to hit some big topics, some difficult topics. The first will be on infant mortality, and we will have a friend of mine, yes, actually a friend and a colleague, Rashida Larkin, and she will come in and talk about her experience with dealing with infant mortality in our communities. It is an issue that we must know about. It's an issue that we must talk about because it is hitting our community, our black babies, way too hard compared to other babies. Our babies are dying before their first birthday. And I don't think that's any history that we want in our lives, in our communities, in our families. We don't want to have that statistic. And so tune in for that conversation with Rashida so that you can learn about infant mortality, be more aware about it, and then help to spread the word about this deadly statistic in our black community. And then we're going to talk about grief, dealing with loss of a loved one or dealing with loss in general. And how do we move through that? How do we persevere and be resilient through that? Because grief is a part of life, my brothers and sisters. And we have to know that there's hope in our relationship with Yahweh, in the Word. And so let's look at that through a story of one of my friends who lost her daughter at a very young age and how she was able to grow through that and how she was resilient through that. And then finally, we're going to talk about losing weight. I know, I struggle with it too. We struggle with it. But what's the best way to lose weight and how can we take care of our temple? And I'm going to have my friend Dr. Karen Cooper talk about that in her experience in helping hundreds of women lose weight. So I'm looking forward to our next set of interviews. But I do want to take the time at the end, since this is the end of the year, to talk about something that most of us do for the planning for the new year, and that's making New Year's resolutions. I want you to actually, believe it or not, take the time to make a New Year's resolution. And maybe that New Year's resolution is being committed to growing spiritually, being committed and all in to developing your spiritual habits so that in the new year, you can literally say that I have a relationship with the Lord, that I'm growing close in my relationship, that I can hear His voice, and that I'm using His word as a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I know I say that all the time, and that's because that's what the word of Yahweh is for me. I don't make a decision without the word. I don't pray without, or I should say I don't make a decision without praying. And so His word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. And I try to live a life of obedience and a lifestyle of faith that we talked about last week when we wrapped up our conversation about facing our fears. And I know that He directs my life. And I want that for every brother and sister that I know of that's a son and daughter of the Most High God, because it really does allow you to live a fulfilling life. It allows you to do things that you may have never thought you would do. And so I want to make certain that you build your New Year's resolution, because we all make them, and make certain that this one is about being all in and committed to your relationship with Christ. Now, a few shout outs. I want to send a shout out to my mom, my husband, my daughter, Michael and Jackie Bailey, and Chantel Wilcox. I want to send a shout out to my speakers the people that I interviewed in November and December, so that you know that I am grateful for your support. I'm grateful that you're watching and you're praying about it, praying about this ministry, and it has truly blessed me. And then I want you to keep a few dates in mind: April 26th and April 27th, which is my second annual women's retreat. The first one was really a vision that the Lord laid on my heart, and it was a huge success, more than I could ever imagine. And so now I'm taking another leap of faith and having a second one. And that's Friday, April 26th and Saturday, April 27th. It's a women's retreat, and it's based on my book, Stormy Weather, 25 Lessons Learned While Weathering the Storms of Life. And last year's theme was about peace in the midst of the storm. This year, or 2019's theme, is about being anchored through prayer. We are laying a foundation of prayer for our lives, and when the storms come, because we're either in a storm, on our way to a storm, or walking out of a storm, but we need to stay anchored through prayer and have that lifestyle of faith grow in spite of the storms that we are dealing with. So keep us in your prayers as we continue to commit to this ministry on KAZ. We want to bless you. We want to hear from you. Follow me on social media. Again, like me on Because of His Grace Ministries, or follow me on Instagram, Natalie Rudd 4. And definitely reach out to me if you want to be on the show and you have something that you want to talk about. Then let's talk about what you want to talk about. I'm willing to expand my circle of grace and who I call my friend, because you notice I only interview my friends, and so I want to be your friend, and I would like to interview you as well. If there's something that you want to share, especially if it's around prayer, maybe it's about your prayer lifestyle, or maybe it's something you're struggling with in prayer, but if you want to have a talk, then reach out to me and let's get you on the show. I'm willing to do that. I'm excited about doing that. That's what this is about. Expanding the ministry, building my circle of grace, and making certain that I'm giving you valuable information so that you can grow in your relationship with Yah, and that you can build that lifestyle of faith. My brothers and sisters, thank you for spending just this short time. I just wanted to give you a segment into what is going on for 2019, and I look forward to the time that we'll have together. You guys be blessed until we come back together again.